Hey there, James Wedmore here, the internet's official marketing newbie, and I want to welcome you because I'm really excited to our first edition of our vNewsletter. Yeah, it's not an e-newsletter, it's a vNewsletter. So I do want to welcome you to the first vNewsletter. If you haven't seen any of our stuff before, let me introduce me, myself, and what I'm doing. My name is James Wedmore, creator of realityMASTERMIND.com. So what exactly is Reality Mastermind? Well, it was a decision to not take on this whole new business venture of making money online and making money, having an internet business by myself. So I grabbed a few of my friends, people who I knew were savvy, smart, and motivated, and I said, let's form a mastermind and let's each build a business online, and then we'll film it, we'll document it, and we'll just share with everybody what we're learning. So really what it is it's our documented journey of how we are learning internet marketing. So we're just going to dive into it. It's going to be very similar to a newsletter, except I'm just going to kind of speak off the top of my head. I have some notes here with me on some certain things I want to talk about. So we'll just get started. First thing I want to talk about is in conjunction with changing the format of our newsletter to a video newsletter. The reason I did that, like I mentioned, was to make it easier. It's easier for me to turn on the flip cam and just go. Yes, it's not perfect. Yes, there's a lot I can do to improve it. We'll be getting professional lighting. I will be getting a microphone. We'll get a nicer camera. But I said, you know what? I got to prove it to our users and our followers that you just got to do it. And that being perfect is going to be the death of anybody, any entrepreneur out there. But the reason I did that is to show people that you need to probably take a look at some of the things you're doing and ask yourself, how can I make this process easier? And it's all about creating systems, creating things that work for you so you're not being that employee in your business. And so this was a perfect example of something where I go, I'm waking up and I'm writing these articles all day long, and then I'm correcting them, grammar and all that stuff, and I love writing. And so maybe that was my problem, is it was taking forever to write an article. And then I'm putting it into HTML form on our newsletter template, and I'm adding graphics and formatting this and getting little HTML code problems, and then I'm uploading it up to the site, and I'm sending out an email, and the email form wasn't working right, and it was just all these little problems. So now I just press record, say what I need to say, and move on. And I think the content is going to be even more valuable, hopefully. So ask yourself, what can you do in your business to make a certain task easier for you? And it doesn't need to be perfect. So moving right along, some updates with myself. I got my iPhone app approved by the Apple Store. This is something I'm so incredibly excited about. This is really cool, really cool. I'm going to talk a lot over the next few weeks about iPhone apps and just how much I'm going to encourage you to start considering what your app should be. If you know anything about the guy who created Trism back, I believe in July, he had like $250,000 in sales the first week or two of having that app out. And then of course there's Joel Comm with the iFart, who made close to $100,000 in the first 10 days, and after 6 weeks was up over $400,000 in sales. Apple takes out a 30% commission, 30% cut, so you're still left with a good amount of money and with very minimal marketing costs, especially for the first like 10,000 apps that were out, first to market in the App Store. All they really had to do is be there and someone search in the App Store, and they're going to find your app. Now, of course, I don't know the exact stats. We're reaching around 50, probably more, 50,000 apps in the App Store. There's been over 1 billion downloads last time I checked, and that was probably outdated. So I'm sure it's a heck of a lot more now. But it's something that is just awesome. So I got mine out. Really excited about it. And I'll share some quick little techniques that I'm using to market it, because I'm realizing, well, if there are 50,000 or more apps out there, mine is going to be definitely hard, and it's gonna hide against the clutter of all the other apps out there. So the first thing is I just found this website today. I haven't even had a chance to look at it, but I'll put the resource link below. There'll be all the resource links below this video. But mobclix.com, which is MOBCLIX.com, looks like they do all the stats and trend reports that Apple really doesn't do for what people are searching for in the App Store. So it's a great place to get started to see what is it that people are looking for, so then you can create an app and fulfill that need. So that brings me to something I wanted to discuss with you and have you think about and discuss. Leave a comment on the post below this, but it's the question of whether to bot or not. And that's when you're on Twitter, do you use a bot or do you avoid it? And I'm going to be a little controversial here, and I'm going to say use the bot. And you're going to say, whoa, hold on, James, that's not real. And the thing is I've been on Twitter for close to a year now. I love it, and I've never used a bot for my name, for who I am as a person, my real Twitter account. But as soon as I created an additional Twitter account for my iPhone app, and it's not something I focus on a lot, I probably send out 2 or 3 tweets a day at the most with it, I used a bot to really hone in on keywords that would relate to what my iPhone app and my Twitter ID is all about. So I use the bot for a business Twitter ID that isn't my main name. So yes, if you're on there and your name is your Twitter ID, your brand or whatever, and that's your main account, I wouldn't recommend ever using a bot, and be as real and authentic as you can. But for something as simple as another iPhone app, and I made the personal decision myself, go with a bot, add all those names, and it's been a great experience so far using it, no problems, because I'm targeting people that would relate to the app because of keywords. The other cool thing is the one I'm using, I'm going to go ahead and put that link below this video, is twittersnipe.com. It's like $77. And the really cool thing about that is, because Twitter catches on to people that are using bots, is it allows you to do the add follow requests in intervals, that you get to choose the intervals. So I can have one new follow every minute, or every 30 seconds, or every 5 seconds, to keep Twitter, from shutting the account down. So it's not about getting 20 million followers or anything ridiculous like that in 16 days. It's about putting something into a system and having something work for you. Because if I wasn't going to use the bot, I was going to have my virtual assistant do it by hand. And I did the cost-benefit analysis here, and I said it would be cheaper to get the Twitter Snipe bot and have my VA do some other more important, more valuable stuff for me. Another awesome thing that's been going on with me is myself and Dave Grau, one of the other members, were just in Hawaii on the island of Oahu for a week, visiting Coach Deb. Coach Deb Misek, if you follow her on Twitter, it's Coach Deb. And, she's doing some really cool stuff. If you've seen her website, tribalseduction.com or blogi360.com, we went out to Hawaii to hang out with her and do some video stuff, because she actually saw a lot of the videos that we were doing online and wanted to grab us and use them to do some stuff. It was really cool, because she said, James, I want to thank you because you've opened my eyes to a whole new way of doing video. And it was that she had been more structured, she had more of a structured mentality on how video should be done. Have a script, stick to the script, and don't change direction, and very structured and simply. And the way I like to do it is have your camera with you at all times. That's why I carry the flip with me, like I carry my wallet and cell phone. And when you feel that moment of inspiration, that spark of genius, that camera is right there. Maybe it is when you're walking on top of a mountain in Hawaii, and you go, I got something I want to talk about, and you just go, and you talk from the heart, and you just say what's on your mind. So that's it. This is our first vNewsletter. If you have questions, if you want to talk to me about anything, comment on the blog right below this video, and would love to hear from you. Would love to feature your website, help you in any way I can. As as I get help from everybody out there on what I should be doing in my business. So I'm James Wedmore with realitymastermind.com. You've been watching our first vNewsletter. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you next time.